Day 9, the bike ride. So today I told my wife, I was like, I need to go for a 30-minute bike ride. Hopped on my bike, found out that just had the tires fixed and they didn't set the wheels the right way, so they started rubbing my brakes, and I was like, oh, gotta get off. Got off, adjusted my wheels. I still need to tweak the back end. That's a little bit off still. And took off for a bike ride. And turned on my lights on as it's starting to get dark, and bicycled around the neighborhood. And I was like, yeah, it's been a while since I've biked in the wind because it's a little windy outside. And the two lakes that were actually starting to form white caps in the lake, I was like, the wind's blowing a little harder than I thought. So I take off. Love biking with the wind because it's like it pushes you like a sail. It's great. Biking against the wind, not so great. One time about a workout. You ever seen those workouts where they're pulling a sled like on a football field and they're pulling a sled or they're pushing a sled? That's what it's like biking against the wind. And then I said, okay, I'm going to deviate from my normal route. Instead of going around the lakes, I decided to hit the street and go up around the block. I forgot about the hills. I actually set a record on my tracker for reaching the highest peak I've ever done on my bike. And I'm like, no wonder I'm tired. And it's all part of that training. It's that mindset. There were times where I was like, I just want to stop, get off, and walk my bike, or I just want to turn around, go down the easy way, and make my life a little easier to go home. And I was listening to Darren Harding talking about the compound effect, and he's talking about how, like I was talking about yesterday, you're going to hit a wall. Can you push through that wall? Can you push through that pain? Can you push through the wall? And all of a sudden that thought process came in my head, and I'm on this hill, and I cranked my gears all the way down to where I was like walking speed, just because I was not going to get off that bike and walk it out. I can pedal at a walking speed, and so that's what I did. And I hit this hill, and I had like maybe, I want to say a good 100, 150 feet from where I was to the stoplight before I hit the crosswalk to turn and go down the hill. And it was like I was grunting. I was like, and it was painful. I mean, my legs were tired. It was like they were drained. By the time I got home, I did how many miles did I do? Give me a second. Let's go think about being a video. I can pause. 4.1, almost 4.2 miles I did in 32 minutes. And I gained 92 feet in elevation from where I lived to the top of the hill where I was at that crosswalk. And I was just like wiped out. I was like, by the time I got back, it was like, oh, I'm so thankful to be back. However, the biggest thing about that ride, about what I'm doing right now, is I pushed through a wall. I pushed through a wall because I did not want to stop. There have been times in my life where I've done that. I fought my way to get in the Air Force. I got disqualified at MEPS, which is the military entrance processing station, and they classified me as having severely flat feet. Lost my guaranteed job as an aircraft mechanic, and that was my dream. My dream was to be in the military, to fly in the Air Force. And I went and got doctors, saw my doctors, went to podiatrists, got large recommendations, submitted it all, got requalified, went through MEPS, went through basic training, spent 4 years in the Air Force, had other injuries that occurred, and missed my opportunity to fly. I mean, I flew an aircraft. I didn't fly it as a job. That was my job, one of my goals in life. And I realized that I believe in God. I know God has a plan for me, and He just wasn't the right time for me to do that. One of these days, I will get my PODS license and start flying. I've got a friend of mine that says, "Scott, you get down to this weight, I'll take you flying." I'm like, cool. I get down to that weight, I'm going to start probably going to take flying lessons because I love to fly, and I want to fly take my wife on a travel. We'll go to Vegas and fly her there instead of driving. Be a whole lot faster, and just a little bit. Unless I had a jet. I had a jet, be a whole lot faster. However, it's just being up in the air. I love being in the air. I love going flying. My dad used to fly for the sheriff's office, and I love going in the helicopter with him. He'd call me up and say, "Scott, you want to go?" No problem. Even if I was sick, I was like, "Yeah, I'll go." And I'll tell you about that story later. Some people might go, So there are certain things in my life that I really strived, that I wanted, and I hit those goals. There's other things that I let go, and one of them being my weight. I got lazy. I I allowed other people to influence me, and I did it for all the wrong reasons. Every time I went to try to attempt to lose weight, and I try to attempt to lose weight, I did it for the wrong reasons. I didn't do it for myself. And this past, like I said, this past September, I wanted to do it for myself. I wanted to change. There's a few things I'm still working on. There's a few things that I need to um, cut out of my life, and there's a few things I need to bring more in, like vegetables. I know I'm not eating enough. My friend Scott goes, Scott, you need to be eating 9 servings of vegetables a day. And I garn it. There are days where I can do it left and right, and there's days where I just don't. And it's those days that don't that get me. I can say though, in the past 90 plus days, I've been sugar free. I have not had any candy, cake, sweets, anything. I've cut it all out. Um, and it's a big difference, and it doesn't have the control over it used to have for me. I mean, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. When I'm in the classroom, I would have candy for my students, and then I would snack on it after class. After they left, I would snack on it, and I would go through those bags that you get at Costco. I would go through I mean, I would have to replace it about every 2 or 3 months because what I would do is I have it open in the tub next to my desk, and I'd be snacking out of it while I'm working. That was a bad habit I broke, and it used to have a control on me. I mean, the reason it's that I think I'm around day, let's see, 31 in October, 30 and 29 in November, 30, 31, so 62, 92, and we're at 19, so 92, 120 days, 120 days since I started it's been 120 days since I started my health journey. And the reason I'm at 90 some odd days is because I had to reset. I had a bad day, didn't realize that pain caused me to have a craving for sugar. And I had to reset. I had to reset that goal, the time I'm tracking. Wow, 120 days. That's cool. 120 days and I've shed 40 pounds. That's awesome. And it's going down. There are some days where I go up, and those are those bad days where I don't get those 9 servings of food. And between, like I said, I use essential oils. They support me. The supplements support me. Everything supports my body. That I put a lot of more good stuff than I do bad stuff, and that's always been a positive. And that's one of the things in 120 days that I can say that I'm very proud of myself because I pushed through a lot of walls. I'm still pushing. I haven't had that big, as my friend Scott Strong told me one time. Scott, you're going to have a big Super Bowl win, and I haven't quite. I know I'm not there. I know I'm sitting about third, fourth quarter, about halftime, third quarter. I'm about right there. I've had some small wins. I've had some mediocre wins. Haven't had that big one yet, and I know it's coming. I know it's coming. And another win was getting on that bike today in the wind. I mean, I probably could have went out early this morning and biked in the rain. I missed doing that. Just a tad bit too cold. Summer, rain time, I'll bike all the time. So to wrap this up tonight, just know that you are going to hit some walls in your life. You will hit some walls. What you need to do is two things. Two things. Well, let's make it three. I'll see if I can get it in two. However, if I need that third one's there. One, you got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe that you can do it. You can push through that barrier. You can push through that, jump over that wall. However you need to go over the wall, through the wall, under the wall, find some way to get around that wall. And the harder it is, like obstacle courses, I love going over walls when I'm physically fit. I love going over that 6-foot wall, that 8-foot wall, that 10-foot wall. There's walls that are even higher than that. Now, those type of walls take teamwork. You need a team to do that. That's the second thing. You got to have a team. You've got to have either your significant other, well, including your significant other, and you got to have friends that are supportive for you, that are accountability, that you want to be around. You need to be around people that you want to grow with. I mean, if you see your friends are out drinking, doing drugs, smoking, all the bad stuff, and you hang around them, more likely you'll pick it up. You hang around people that are being more professional. They are growing in life, they're exercising, they're eating healthy, they want to see the best in you. Hanging around those people, and that's what I'm doing. I've got 5 guys and my wife that I trust that are pushing me. My wife yelled at me today because of something I did, and I literally was like, and she, even though she apologized for yelling at me, some in the back of my mind and way back here, I knew I needed it. I know she apologized for yelling at me. What she was saying though, the words that were coming out of her mouth was the honest truth. And there's been times lately that I haven't been truthful with my wife, and she knows. And she's like, I need you to be truthful. So that's the second thing. The last thing, because that's there. Last thing. You really need to push through those barriers. No matter how hard they hurt, no matter how truthful, I mean, you've got to get honest and then have that integrity to be honest with everyone in your life. And that's one of the things that I've had to grow and learn about, because I'm one of those people that growing up learned how to lie, and whether it's a white lie or a big lie in general. And those are the ones that hurt you, because if you're honest with yourself and you're honest with everyone else, heaven and mountains can move easily because you're being there and being honest and accountable, and you're able to keep your word and you do certain things and people are seeing that. So those are the 3 things you need. So I'm going to wrap this up. I've got to get back. I told my wife I'd be off in about an hour, and I'm going to let her know I need an extra half hour since I'm doing this. I got to get my grades done. My boss is after me, and I've got to get my grades done. So I'll check back with everyone tomorrow. And yeah, day 120. I want to post that to my bros and say, hey, I'm at day 120. So I'll talk to everyone later. Bye.